We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys coming off a road victory in the opener, looking to make it 2 straight to start the year. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. Out is the punter Ethan Evans to get us started. We are underway from Santa Clara. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And the 49ers first down.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The numbers for McCaffrey last week, 19 carries, 88 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and the reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They work now on 2nd and 9. Purdy looking to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And he gets stopped up at the 41 after a gain of maybe a yard. You talk about this Rams defense. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
Get set.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 19.
49er first down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Purdy off the play fake. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Set. 280. 53. Ready. 70.
Throwing is Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 35.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Ah, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because with this combination...
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
It's second down.
Hey! 180. Monday. Omaha, ready, move.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 37 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the ground is Jarquez Hunter. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And the Rams at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do him any favors. They gave him 2 road games right out of the gate, but the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup. For the rest of the season for us.
A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
First and goal, Los Angeles.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
At the 8-yard line.
Now Stafford. And he's got it. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a third and goal situation. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they'll see what they can do on third and goal. Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown, LA.
Boy, 2 long, sustained drives by each team to start things out. It's kind of similar to how the pitch clock has shortened baseball games. That means we'll be out of here quickly if we get a few more drives like that. We're in the second quarter now, and we've only had 1 drive apiece, each of which have ended with touchdowns.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by the Kyren Williams touchdown run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's second and 3. Shotgun now with Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go to the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Now Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On fourth down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Now he's going to step up and run. Pass complete there to McCool. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. They try the left side here with Williams. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Stafford throwing quickly, complete out wide. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Back to throw, Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Stafford now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. The big fella. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they scored a touchdown. And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? Why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
Now, post-game locker room, does he get an extra drumstick?
He was going to get that anyway. He may get the whole spread now.
Yeah, put some gravy on there. Now the try here for the point after. he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, 22! Number 20!
Stafford. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, LA! Puka Nacua. 88 yards. And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Connects with Kittle underneath. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Gain of 3 yards. And the 49er first down.
Throwing here, Purdy. That's Samuel, caught left side. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as he'll take this up close to midfield. Purdy. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
4 yards on the pickup.
Purdy from the gun. Returns it right back to Samuel. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Purdy now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 31-yard line.
That's another 49er first down.
Back to throw, Purdy. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Purdy.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams 18.
49er first down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
Here's second and 10. Purdy looking to throw.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The final shot before the break, Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete.
So halftime here out west, let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 1 was full of surprises, full of intrigue, and a lot of firsts for the young players. What will Week 2 bring? Let's dive in.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson.
A gain of 24 yards. And the Rams first down. 24-yard gain on the play. First down, Rams.
Alert!
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he edges forward, but only gets
gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now fourth down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to Arizona, but they're on top here as they start this drive with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down. A give running left. It's McCaffrey. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Purdy able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 34-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive
touchdown for the Niners. Christian McCaffrey, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Niners are able to add on to that lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock. You're in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted. which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. LA set to take over again on offense. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
85 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey.
Oh, great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
And across the track into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the 49ers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Rams offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Big 20. Green right, 22. I love that. Hey, 180. That's your man, that's your man.
Now it's Stafford. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, and they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Here's Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now Stafford. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 25-yard line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Stay 50.
Stafford looks to throw again.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Oh, my God, 20! Hey, easy!
Here's Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Kyron Williams. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
And the Rams defense, they make their way back out there now. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
No gain on the play.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 20-yard line.
Off the play fake. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Shotgun now with Purdy. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. Connects with Kittle underneath. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 37. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Purdy. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Rams offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Now Stafford. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10.
Set. Look, 32. Hey. Stay 50. Alert.
To throw is Stafford. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Alert. Hey. Like 7. Hey, 5-0.
Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Stafford. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And an utter disaster as the ball's going to go over on downs at the 2-yard line. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. McCaffrey trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd
and it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Get set.
Again, McCaffrey. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. Now Purdy. He'll try to do it himself. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brock Purdy with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the 49ers have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know, how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your lineman surge and fire out.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Rams offense and Puka Nacua ready to take over once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Again, it's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
Now he's loose again. He may go.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Kyron Williams, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realized there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle